Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. Tuesday morning, to be precise. A little warmer this morning, minus 28. Mornings at the Cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the north, and the all-new 2021 Bronco Sport. Come check it out. It's the thing of dreams.
So where does it drop off with you, knowing what day of the week it is?
Like, where does it drop off?
Monday's easy.
Monday is kind of easy. Yeah, because it's like, oh, okay, I had a day off yesterday.
Yeah. Tuesday you just nailed.
Tuesday I nailed. I'd say Thursday. I'd say Wednesday or Thursday where it just kind of all falls apart.
Yeah.
I just kind of, all the days are starting to blend together already. And by that time of the week, I'm just like, well, I don't really know what's going on. It's a little better lately. Just because I had, a restorative week off at the beginning of this month. Oh, by the way, January, longest month ever. I can't believe it's still January.
It's just
dragging on. The Monday of months.
Yeah.
But, compared to everything we've been going through for the last 11 months, 10 months, everything started shutting down in March. It's just another month, really. Another month where we continue to be as safe as possible.
The last 2 years that we crammed into 10 months.
Yeah. What?
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, that kind of does what it feels like. Lots of big things happening. Good morning again. We kind of got caught in our own conversation there for a second. Plenty to talk about. Burger Week starting tomorrow. We still got a few things to test out. We'll let you know about that. Someone, YK Classifieds, never ceases to disappoint. Also, Cabin Radio, mistaken for a cabin internet provider? We don't provide. We can barely supply our own.
A sip, if you will.
Yeah. Let alone hand it out to other people. We'll get into it.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the north. Some sad news to report today. Dad Rock, your favorite show on Cabin Radio about all things Dad Rock, has been canceled indefinitely. This is from Dave Hurley himself. Been canceled indefinitely because of the release of an album called Now That's What I Call Dad Rock. So he's got some competition out there. Okay, we are joking. Dave's not canceling anything.
Hey, he's considering.
He's considering it after he found this morning and sent it to him. Now, we all know the Now That's What I Call music series. There's something like 275 of them just for like hot new music. And then there's country, and then there's this, and then there's Christmas, and all these things.
Yeah.
Now That's What I Call music is a huge compilation album, set, company, whatever you want to call it. But Now That's What I Call Dad Rock is a real thing. And the track list is filled, it has some dad rock in it. So it starts, dad rockily enough, We Will Rock You, Queen, absolutely. Start Me Up, the Rolling Stones. Absolutely. With or Without You, U2. Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. I'm inching towards 40. So dad rock to me is like 60s and 70s, right? Because that's when my dad was like in his 20s in the 60s, in his 30s in the 70s. So that's what dad rock was, 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
And now I can understand that songs that came out when like a person was in uni, like 10 years ago, is now like a dad rock song. I can almost appreciate that because they're a young father. For all you weirdos who have babies before 30, you weirdos. Like, what is this, the 60s? Just live your life for a little bit. Be a couple of dinks. Dual income, no kids. It's pretty great.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. So With or Without You, U2. But, that song came out like, 87? Or something like that?
Yep.
So that's, a 30-year-old song almost.
Yeah.
Let's see. 87, Joshua Tree. Yeah. So it's almost a 30-year-old song. Or sorry, it's a 34-year-old song.
Right.
So that makes sense. So if someone was listening to that in high school, absolutely that's dad rock because they're nearly in their 50s.
Yeah.
Living on a Prayer, same deal. Right? Mid-80s.
Also 87?
86, 87, 88, something like that.
Yeah.
Number 4. So first 4, yeah, okay. The first 2, obviously classic rock. Yeah. Absolutely dad rock songs to us. The second 3 are more like a newer generation of dad rock. Number 5, Radioactive, Imagine Dragons. Okay, listen. I feel somewhat attacked. Like, I feel like this album is like, you should be a dad by now. I'm like, I get it. Yeah, thanks.
You shouldn't consider this new rock anymore. Otherwise, you're not with it, and thus, basically a dad.
Yeah, that's right. That song came out in 2012. So it's getting there. So if you were in your final year of uni, 22 maybe, in 2012,
Right.
9 years later, you're 31, you got 6 kids and no house. Because you spent it all on kids. Then I can get it. That could be like,
Or going to Imagine Dragons concerts.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, but okay. So that's dad rock. But I mean, it's only dad rock if it's referential to like the children you're the father of, right? So like, I feel like dad rock is something where it's like you play it and your kid's like, what is that old stuff? So if you're,
What is this old time?
what's this
rock and
old-timey
roll?
dry bread rock and roll? Well, that's bread. No one listens to bread. So, but I mean, if you are, 22 in 2012, 9 years later, you're 31, maybe you have a kid, right? So 31, parents are starting a little later. So you got like a 1 or 2 year old. That 1 or 2 year old is not listening to a radioactive Imagine Dragons going, Dad, this is embarrassing. I feel like that's what dad rock should be, partially.
I mean, if a 1 or 2 year old could express that kind of emotion.
Yeah. Also,
yeah.
radioactive on most radio stations is still in pretty heavy rotation. It's like a standard almost at this point.
Is it? Yeah.
Kind of.
it's
Like you
stuck
still
around.
hear it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's playing on what's that radio station called? Moose North, or whatever. So it's one of those. Okay, so we go from radioactive. We're hitting a little speed bump. Mr. Brightside, The Killers. All right, listen. That's a little older. That's like a 2006,
That's
2007.
Like 20 years old now.
06, it's 15 years old, that song.
Yeah.
Okay,
right,
so
yeah.
we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there, but still feeling a little attacked.
Yeah.
Dakota, Stereophonics. Okay. Take Me to Church, Hosier. Okay. That feels more like dad rock in like a how it plays or how it sounds. That just sounds like, yeah, that's something like a dad would listen to, right?
I suppose. Yeah. I don't know. Like Hosier, I guess, is like, I don't know. It just seems weird. It seems weird to even call him like rock. Really,
right? But I mean, that's where rock is at.
Yeah.
Right? Rock hasn't changed much in 50 years. Well, not 50 years. Like, say, 30 years.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed much.
Imagine Dragons won the last 12 rock Grammys.
I know, and that's just gross. Right after that, Rockstar, Nickelback. Okay, at least it's rock. I mean, they're straight up rock and roll.
Dads love
Terrible
Nickelback.
song. Terrible song. Your dad loves Nickelback.
Dads.
Oh,
in
dads
general.
do love Nickelback. That's right. In their New Balance sneakers and their jean shorts.
A dad
okay.
hears how you remind me, and he's like, "Is this Nirvana?
Is this? Yeah.
This is Nirvana."
Yeah,
isn't
I
it,
love
right?
Kurt.
Yeah.
Kurt was so misunderstood. Okay, then we get into some more dad. Sweet Home Alabama. Great. More Than a Feeling. Great. Don't Fear the Reaper. Great. Bad Out of Hell. Yes. Ace of Spades. Yes. Should I Stay or Should I Go? Yes. Two Princes. Okay.
Yeah, like mid-90s.
Yeah, no, early 90s. So, I mean, that's
Yeah.
almost a 30-year-old song. So we're getting, okay.
That should be there. Yeah.
I think it doesn't, to us, it doesn't feel as much like dad rock. It just feels like they're just throwing a bunch of new stuff in there. It gets worse.
The Fray?
I don't know what that is.
How to Save a Life? James Bay? Keen?
What
are these doing on
The
here?
Lumineers. Ho Hey. What? I mean, again, it's one of those things where it's like, is this rock? It's actually considered indie rock, so that makes sense. You get back to Smoke on the Water. Great. Search and Destroy. Great. Are you going to go my way? Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll give you that. Walk This Way. Sure.
Here it
Got to fight
comes.
for your right to party.
Here it
yes.
comes.
Stacy's Mom. It's 98 or 97, so I mean, it's classic rock at this point.
Oddly enough, while the rest of us have decided that Stacy's Mom is not really a socially acceptable song anymore, dads
really.
are like, that's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
now.
That's my hilarious song. It's a 25-year-old song or a 24-year-old song, so I get it. All the Small Things, Blink-182. Now you're just throwing stuff in there. Teenage Dirtbag. Kids by MGMT.
Yeah, that's like 2008.
Yeah. In Too Deep. Yeah, that's 20 years old. Complicated, 20 years old. Like, it's just very strange to see on dad rock. But I guess that's what's going to happen as we get older. It's like, they're going to say that. Now, that's what I call classic rock. And it's going to be stuff from 2010. And you're going to be like, what are you doing? If it's all stuff from 2010, though, it's going to be garbage.
I think this conversation, the arc of this conversation has been you and I like decomposing in real time.
Yeah. This is
Essentially.
slowly realizing that we are getting up there.
We're getting up there.
All right. Well, let's leave that alone. Dave.
Enough with the personal attacks.
Dave's got a new episode of Dad Rock coming up. It's going to be all stuff from the 2010s.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Yellowknife Classifieds on Facebook or any of the buy and sell sites on Facebook involving Yellowknife never cease to disappoint. You can find some great stuff. People are looking to unload some things. And it's always a good place to shop if you're looking for some furniture and don't want to go new, you want to go used. However, every once in a while, something just magical pops up, and we got to talk about it because it's in Yellowknife Classifieds. Bruce shared this last night. He's got 4 unopened Topps hockey wax packs from 1979. These look like they're in like perfect condition. So I mean, it's amazing that they're still in such good condition and Bruce has them. So there's 4 packs here. Now, what makes this more interesting, other than the fact that from 40 years ago they're still in good shape, 42 years ago, these could potentially hold a Wayne Gretzky rookie card, or so Bruce would have you believe. I mean, it is Wayne Gretzky's rookie year. So maybe it does. In these 4 wax packs, maybe you get a Wayne Gretzky rookie card. And the last, let's see, Wayne Gretzky's rookie card was last apprised at in the millions. It fetched $1.29 million at a recent auction in December. So, I mean, yeah, potentially.
Just like last month?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear about that.
Right? So he says, these are becoming rare and hard to come by. Absolutely. Totally agree with that. Buy them for your collection or investment. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. He'll only respond to a PM. Fair enough. So 4 hockey wax packs, potential Wayne Gretzky rookie card, $1.29 million. I highly doubt it because I feel like every Wayne Gretzky rookie card is probably accounted for at this point. His asking price, because this could be an investment in your future, $4,000. So $1,000 a pack.
There's probably like an old box of cereal somewhere that just like never got opened and had a Wayne Gretzky rookie card just stuck in there.
Well, imagine cards like that, like back in the day. You probably knew who Wayne Gretzky was if you were a hockey follower back in 79. Like, he was the most touted prospect at the time, blah, 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 blah. And he played for Edmonton before they were even in the NHL.
Unless you were, the Winnipeg Jets, in which case you were like, no.
No,
That kid's never going anywhere.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
He's really slow.
Yeah. We'll take Bobby Hull, please.
Yeah, that's right. He's really slow. Oh, did we forget to mention that the 80s NHL was also really slow? Oh, yeah. So $1,000 a pack is basically what he's asking. And I mean, yeah. Sure. I mean, it could be an investment, it could be $4,000, but you don't know until you open them. So, I mean, basically, you'd spend $4,000 and you wouldn't want to open them.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be tempted to just in case there was a Wayne Gretzky rookie card in there, but chances of that being in 4 packs, probably not much.
Now, you might not get a Wayne Gretzky rookie card. Like you say, they're probably all of the ones still in existence in circulation there are like, their whereabouts are known.
For the most part, I would imagine.
I mean, maybe not.
I mean, these are 4 unopened packs from 1979.
But
so, yeah.
You could maybe get a Mark Messier rookie card.
Could get a Messier rookie card.
You could get a Raymond Bourque rookie card.
You could get a Raymond Bourque.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
I mean, I don't know if it's quite the investment that you might have in mind.
So the one that sold last month was an OPC card. So I don't know if there's a Topps Wayne Gretzky rookie card out there.
I did a little bit of research on this, and apparently there are 4 types of Wayne Gretzky rookie cards.
And the O-Pee-Chee one is the most valuable.
Yeah, so I didn't know this, that many like older hockey legends, Gordie Howe, Bobby Orr, and the like, they only have 1 rookie card to their name. Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and a few of the stars of the 80s had a few more. Mm-hmm. So the 1979, as you just mentioned, the O-Pee-Chee number 18 Wayne Gretzky card. It is the most valuable. It's a set of 396 cards, and it's original print. So I looked up this article, and it describes the card. You've probably seen the image of it.
Yeah.
With him, kind of staring up at the clock as he's turning. If you as a kid were a hockey fan and you collected hockey cards at all, you've seen it. It's a legendary picture among hockey card collectors. Now, it describes the design. The front of the card features a young Gretzky in his Oilers uniform surrounded by blue borders on all 4 sides. His name, position, and the Oilers team name sit across the top of the card.
Yes.
The reverse design contains Gretzky's personal information and statistics within a big blue skate There's also a neat cartoon in the upper right with a small bit of trivia about Gretzky debuting at age 17.
There it is.
Many aspects of the reverse of this card help you easily distinguish it from the Topps version. Much of the key facts are also stated in French, and the O-Pee-Chee copyright data rests near the bottom as well. All very fascinating stuff. The funny thing about this is it says, the article continues, as mentioned earlier, Gretzky's O-Pee-Chee rookie is much tougher to find in high grade than his Topps rookie. Centering is almost always off. Print quality can suffer, and many of them were cut very roughly.
No!
This kid, we're
Kid's not worth a
we're
damn.
18 cards in. We got to hurry up. We got to make the deadline.
Yeah.
And while they certainly give the card a great amount of eye appeal, those blue borders are susceptible to showing wear and tear quite easily.
There you go.
The O-Pee-Chee Gretzky rookie graded in PSA 10 condition sold for, and yeah, you just mentioned, what did you say? Like
$1.29 million bucks.
Okay, in 2016, one sold for $465,000.
There you go. They are increasing in value.
Yeah. The Topps is worth about, it looks almost exactly the same. It's the same front design. The back is just mildly different. The fun little trivia about Wayne Gretzky in the top right corner. It looks like it was handwritten rather than printed.
Yep.
There's it came with a Topps chewing gum.
Very nice, of course.
But other than that, it looks virtually exactly the same to the O-Pee-Chee version, but is in 2016 a Topps version sold for $210,000.
Okay. Just a quick look on eBay. There is a seller on eBay selling a 3-pack of 79-80 Topps unopened sealed hockey cards, possible Wayne Gretzky rookie card in there as well. 3-pack for $4,500. And then there's a Topps Wayne Gretzky rookie card for $18,000 being sold on here. Topps Wayne Gretzky rookie card also being sold for $4,400. So there you go. There's some value out there. If you could get one that was worth $18,000, it would make that $4,000 investment worth it.
So these are 4 packs for $4,000.
Yes. So that's a steal.
It's a bargain.
That's a steal. Like the other guys, three packs for $4,500. So this is a bargain. Bruce, we wish you well. I sure as hell am not going to buy your cards, but I'm sure someone might take those off your hands. Yellowknife Classifieds never ceases to add enjoyment to your day.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Mornings at the Cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the North. Cabin radio gets mistaken for a lot of things. A restaurant. What else?
Mostly restaurants.
Mostly restaurants.
Yeah.
We were mistaken for a burger shop, curry place,
a
taco joint.
Like a recreation sport facility.
Recreation
There's someone who was
sports
trying to
facility.
sell a soccer ball.
Yeah. So we get a lot of spam mail, just from people, from bots, usually just about how they can improve our business and improve our web placing. I mean, some of them probably aren't bots. Some of them are legitimate, probably, people trying to build a business or something like that about, pumping up, your stats on Google. But a lot of them is just like, hey, you pay us and we'll get you to the top of the Google search. And it's like, well, we could probably do that ourselves. So a lot of that kind of comes into our emails. And, so it's not unusual that we get these strange requests, and obviously some are bots and some are spam, and others are, like I said, legitimate things. Like we had that guy in Turkey who was willing to buy us, but that seemed like a bot of some kind.
Yeah.
So there's a business concern in Turkey that was like, hey, maybe get into business together, and obviously we are run by the Chinese government, so
we gave them our bank account info anyway.
That's right. Yeah, just in case. But we got to run all that stuff through the People's Republic of China, because we are owned by them. But yesterday we received an email from Bob Johnson. Okay, that sounds made up, but Bob Johnson. Good afternoon. I represent Wigness Lake Lodge Limited, which I had never heard of before. Just looked it up. Just north of Saskatchewan. So, but in the NWT.
Yeah.
In a large lake, just north of Saskatchewan, in the NWT, which up until now, which up until November of 2020 was provided with internet service by Xplornet. They have advised us that the satellite they were using is no longer in service. Great. If they do not find another satellite, we will be out of luck for coverage. So they are covered by SaskTel and Xplornet. So it's always interesting to see that places in the NWT that are basically just parts of Saskatchewan, or parts of Alberta, Fort Smith, or parts of Manitoba, asking Bob, does your firm provide internet service to our location? We are located at longitude 10554 and latitude 6011. Our contact with XplorNet allowed us 50 gigabytes of billing cycle. Good Lord. What a horrendous internet plan you have, Bob.
I mean, when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere, but I mean, still, good Lord. But that's what the satellite internet is supposed to kind of expand, right?
Yeah.
Coverage for places like Wingness Lake Lodge.
And more for like emergency than anything else, I would think.
But I mean, like, if you have a lodge out in the middle of nowhere, it'd be nice for your people to have a Wi-Fi connection. I mean, the whole point is trying to get away. But I mean,
that's right.
If an emergency does occur, you don't want to depend on a satellite phone. You want to get into Wi-Fi.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Ollie Williams responded as only Ollie Williams can. Hi, Bob. We're an online radio station. I'm afraid. Sorry, I should say. I thought that was a period. We're an online radio station, I'm afraid, and not very good at keeping our own internet going. Never mind providing it to other people. Good luck in your search for a provider. All the best, Ollie. Oh, Bob, I hope you took that. I hope you took that information, and I hope you find an internet provider that provides you better service than XplorNet did. I don't know that I can recommend our internet provider, especially way out there. I don't think that they have coverage out there. But we hope you find something. I'm not sure how Bob got the idea that we were an internet provider.
I mean, that's closer than Indian restaurants.
It is closer than Indian restaurants or taco place. Again, have no idea how those things happened either. But, yeah, every once in a while we'll get an email like this.
Yeah.
Usually every day we get an email about, like a bot email or a spam email about wanting to do business or whatever.
Right.
But this one this one seemed real. Bob Johnson, his email address, done working at SaskHill.net. So Bob is ready. Bob's ready for a new internet.
Bob's back into the workforce.
That's
trying
right.
to find a new internet
Get that
provider.
internet, Bob. We wish you nothing but the best.
Yeah, if you can help him out. Like Jesse just mentioned his coordinates.
Yeah.
So if you want to fly out there and maybe pay a visit to Bob. And,
that's how in the middle of nowhere they are.
The closest town, and I'm not even
Uranium City?
The Uranium City's, just across the border.
Yeah.
Stony Rapids is the closest. I don't even know how big Stony Rapids would be. And next after that would be Fond du Lac, which
Fond du Lac,
if I'm not mistaken, that's the lake where fondue was invented.
That is Fondue, Lake de Fondue.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's reasons. There's reasons in the neighborhood to go visit Bob.
Sure.
And if you can help him out, that'd be great. So if you want his contact info,
Fond du Lake is very small.
Yeah,
its airstrip is bigger than the rest of the city.
Yeah. What, 50 people?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me just see where this is at. Let me see if we can see it on the satellite. Doesn't look like it. Bob, I mean, you are. Looks like a beautiful lake, though.
Oddly enough, the closest towns, when you zoom in on Google Maps, they actually disappear.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Why would
instead of expanding.
Anyway, best of luck to Bob and Wingness Lake Lodge on getting a new internet provider. Fortunately, we couldn't. I asked Ollie if we could just spare some of our own. We got internet to spare.
We got that unlimited package.
That's right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't give you any.
Sorry, Bob.
Run a cord from here to your lodge, I guess, maybe.
And some bison's just going to stomp all over it along the way.
That's why we have the internet problems. The bison.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
A former casino CEO out of Toronto or Vancouver, they seem to split their time, and his aspiring actress wife, as a couple, flew to the Yukon, to Beaver Creek, to get the COVID-19 vaccine. They pretended to be local motel workers. They landed, went to the health office, pretended to be local motel workers, got the shot. First of all, Beaver Creek's not that large. I feel like anybody should have been like, "What? Who are you?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But apparently that happened kind of after. But they went to. Oh wait, did they get it? To receive? Did they actually get it? How they didn't complete the mandatory 14-day self-isolation period, of course, which is what you're supposed to do.
Right.
It's a community of about 100 people. So like,
yeah, how does everybody not recognize everybody?
So there, according to the Community Service Minister John Stryker, they took advantage of the mobile vaccine clinic that was administering the first doses. So they did get it, and the rural communities obviously have a priority, just like here in the NWT. All the outlying communities are getting the vaccine first, because if the vaccine breaks out there, it is absolutely devastating. Here, we can contain it. There, not so much. It's a lot harder to do. Obviously, many of these places are hours away from hospital and lack the resources to address an outbreak, which is exactly why people like this are disgusting. So So they took advantage, and then obviously raised some suspicions before they left.
By leaving.
Yeah. The couple raised suspicions of Beaver Creek when they asked for a ride to the airport right after getting their shots. So not only were they entitled buttholes, they were also really stupid. Like, that's
Well, you know,
how disconnected from reality can you be?
well, and it's shocking that they got away with it to a point.
I mean, kind of.
You know,
They've been
like,
charged.
I mean, and even that, like, what's the fine? Like $500 something bucks?
$575.
Yeah. So, by and large, they got away with it.
Yeah,
But-
no, they did. Well, okay. SEMA violations come with a maximum penalty of $500 fine per charge, so one for each, 6 months jail or both. So they could face up to 6 months in jail. And with
good.
the amount of backlash that they're receiving and the amount of hate that they're receiving, absolutely.
That's prison enough, isn't it, Jesse?
Yeah. Isn't that enough? Haven't they
Hate
suffered
is
enough?
such a prison.
That's right. So I mean, it's just another. This happened near the beginning of the pandemic when a couple from Quebec went to Old Crow just to be like, oh, we're just moving here now.
Yeah.
We just figured we'd come here and find jobs.
Yeah.
And they basically isolated for a couple of days and then got kicked out of town. And that was bad enough.
You know, in hindsight, in comparison, I have a lot of sympathy for those people now.
Yes.
In comparison to these people, like the couple that drove across the country, they were scared and stupid.
Yeah.
I can excuse scared and stupid, especially when it's an unprecedented thing that is happening. Nobody really, at that time, certainly nobody knew exactly what was going on and what was going to happen. There were people panic buying.
Yeah.
So to someone who, maybe just has maybe a couple kooky or fringe friends who maybe fly off the handle at, any moment.
Yep.
You might be inclined to be like, hey, my totally irrational friend over here says it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Maybe I should drive across the country, haul ass to a place where there's not many people, and live the rest of my days happily.
I guess I could understand the thinking of like wanting to isolate yourself somewhere. I mean, I guess that, yeah. But like now with this one,
there's no excuse.
no excuse.
There's no
excuse because it's just a rich couple who split their time between Toronto and Vancouver.
Yeah.
Very affluent couple.
They knew what they were doing.
But I mean, how stupid and how entitled do you have to be there in a community of 100 people and say, yeah, I work at the motel. And then someone goes, no, you don't. Like, it's literally as easy as that. So they came, didn't isolate, went to the vaccination service, and then asked for a ride to the airport. Like, that's how completely disconnected from reality these two are.
But they got it done.
They got it. They got it done. Yeah, they got the vaccine.
A lot has been talked about with this story about the girlfriend. Is it wife or girlfriend? Or?
I think wife.
Yeah,
Ekaterina Baker.
So she's an actress.
Yes, she's a Russian-born actress living in Canada now. And she starred in a few movies last year, according to her IMDb page. What is also on her IMDb page is her demo reel, which you're familiar with, obviously demo reels for voice and stuff like that.
Yep.
So when an actor has a few credits to their name or have made a couple things, they'll put together a demo reel to show prospective agents or producers or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, this is my work. This is what I'd like to feature. I saw that it was on her IMDb page. I didn't check it out, but man of so many hats, PK. Pat Kane put it on his Facebook, and I took a look at it, and it is, I mean, I thought I was a bad actor. She is just horrendous. Just not talented.
I mean, good enough to fool a small community.
It's a thinking she worked at a motel, even with her thick Russian accent. I work at hotel. This is what I do.
And to act
That's
your
a bad
way
Russian
through,
accent.
yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
To act your way through a scenario where, you need to get to the airport. Just a humble motel worker immediately after getting the shot.
Yeah.
Where are you headed exactly?
Oh, the
Did
airport.
you forget there is still a pandemic?
No, I'm headed out.
And you have to get your second shot. So
Yeah.
maybe it's best for you to stick around until that happens.
Yep.
They got it done. She got the role.
They wanted. She got the role. Well auditioned. Well done. Oy. So just another example of just horrendous entitlement and just empty-headedness. So Rodney Baker and 32-year-old aspiring actress Ekaterina Baker. He used to be the CEO of the Great Canadian Gaming Corporation, which is a huge gaming corporation.
Oh, he gamed the system. All right.
There's some money there for sure. Well, I hope this has a completely adverse effect on her career and that he also suffers from that.
My video demo reel is like one of the primary things that keeps me from doing stupid things.
Oh, okay.
The awareness of its existence, and now knowing that, like, if I do something really stupid and selfish, someone might put in the time to dig and find that, and then show it to other people.
Absolutely, they will.
This is keeping me in my lane.
Okay, stay in your lane.
She clearly was pretty proud of that demo reel. I'm not worried about that.
Forget my lane. I'm into it. Oh, man, that's going to do it for Mornings at the Cabin for another day. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.